everybody, welcome to Try It Out Tuesday. Captain Squeak is proper back with a vengeance, I tell you. For those who are joining for the first time, Captain Squeak is my chair. It was temporarily fixed and stopped squeaking, and now the squeak is back with a vengeance. So every time I wiggle, it squeaks. So earlier on tonight, today, I put on that I didn't know what I was going to do tonight because I didn't. I had ideas, but I didn't know what I was going to actually do. And I couldn't decide between Christmas and skulls. So, as you can see, the skulls won out. Now, there were votes for Christmas. I want you to realise I did see them, and I do appreciate you voting for that. Thank you very much. Taking part of the team. But it was a real 50-50 split. So I said to Abby, it's a 50-50 split, Abby, and I don't know what to do. And she went, do the skulls. So there you are. Abby said, do the skulls. The skulls are what is being done. Hello, everybody. So we've got Jane, Caroline, Gail, Susan, Tracy, B. Crafty. How bizarre. Alison, Billy's here, and Mother. Right, and Sarah. So thank you very much for tuning in. This is going to be a very much fly by the seat of my pants demo. I don't really know what's going. It's been a very funny day. It's been really hot and muggy and whatever, and we've been putting stock back in on the website, and we've put Dilutions ink back in stock, and we've got paint and oxides back in stock, and regular distress ink and all that sort of thing. Sam's going to be adding on some new stuff later this week. But yeah, and I just feel a bit mind melty, which is why I came to you and asked what I should do this evening. So it's going to just be, in fairness, it's going to be a bit of a mix mash. Some stamping and some colouring, not sure what with yet, and various things like that. So if you are new to Be Crafty or to our lives, they don't always run like this. Some of them are actually prepared and organised. Not a lot, but some of them do have an actual plan. If you want to catch up with any of those, you can do it on the Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. Right, so what I did was, when Abby made the decision for me, nothing like putting it to your daughter, is there? You know, Abby, and I even did the voice. I did like the kid's voice that you tell your kids not to make. I was like, Abby, I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. The sort of voice I tell her off for doing, to be honest. It was a proper moany one. Abby, I don't know what to do. And she picked it for me. She's a good girl. Okay, so anyway, I digress. So as you can see, I've got out my skull stamps. And I've also got out my Nevermore Raven. Those as well, but I'm going to be working mostly, I think, oh man, I didn't turn my noises off, bear with, I was sure I did. There we go. What I'm mostly going to be working with, I think, is these three, maybe even this one, but also the background as well, because I absolutely love that. So sorry, I'm just looking, are we getting the new ink? Yes, we are. And the thing is as well, the new speckled egg distress ink, I did like the first pre-order for that, and then I have actually put in a second order. So don't let me down, guys, otherwise I'm going to be stuck with so much speckled egg. It actually sounds great, being stuck with all that speckled egg distress ink. Woo. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, so I've got that on order. What was I going to say? I was going to say something specific. Yes, we have been asked several times about pre-order for the new Ranger products. I've got to be honest, I don't do that anymore. A few years ago, we did a pre-order for some Dilutions paint. It was the new colours when they were still in the round jars. And this was a couple of years ago, and we were promised it by Ranger for a certain date. So we did a pre-order. I mean, it didn't come in. And that was fine, so we pushed it back, and everybody was really understanding, and then we pushed it back, and that happened 4 times. By which time, I've got to be honest, I was starting to get really embarrassed. So we don't do that anymore. But as soon as the speckled egg is here, it'll be on the Book of the Face. Okay? Marvellous! Oh, Sarah's asked about pre-order, so I hope that I hope that helps. So, right, let's get some stamping done. Let's get some stamping done. So I'm going to grab some card. Like I say, I'm not really sure where I'm going with this evening, so just bear with me. But it's one of those things, I have asked before, so I didn't ask this time, I will say. You know, if I'm struggling to prep, would you rather I just didn't do one and you waited till I prepped? And it's always met with a no, join in. I did see Gail. Hello, Gail. You all right, darling? I know you've had a bit of a rubbish day. So, I'm going to go with this one. The skull with the flowers. I really like this one, and it's great for layering up as well, and you've got like the little orchids and the roses, and it's actually really pretty when you look into it. And the sentiments, I have to say, the sentiments that I've put with the skulls are just a little bit more fun, because, you know, they just are. Hello, Lisa. You're right, chick. So strength doesn't come from what you can do. Strength comes from overcoming things you thought you couldn't. However, my very favouriteest sentiment in this range is on the Skulls Trio. Patience. What do you have when there are too many witnesses? Yeah. Yeah. And this is, you know, I've got to be honest, as a mother, I'm at my most patient. Obviously, it's not an issue at the minute. But in a packed supermarket, oh yes. Out in public, and my little angels are being not so angelic. What am I saying? My girls are always angelic. So yeah, patience. What you have when there are too many witnesses. So we're just gonna, you can see I love this one because of how dirty the stamp is. It's very, you know, well loved, well used. I think I moved. Oh no, we're fine. A little bit of movement, but that's all right. So yeah, so this is the skull with flowers, and as you can see, what's fab about that is when you stamp it, you get all that fantastic detail come out. Look at that, and it's absolutely ace. And I think it's fun. And what I like about this is, I think, you know, a lot of the time with the skulls, you can assume they're just for Halloweeny and stuff, but Halloweeny. Sorry. But with the flowers and stuff, I think they can be quite summery, quite festive, you know. But oh, hello, Pete. Your favourite skull. That's because it's awesome. Skull's done some great Pete samples. No. Pete has done some great skull samples as well. So, if we're lucky, he might whiz into the Be Crafty Stamps group and show us. So I'm going to put this sentiment on. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming things you thought you couldn't. Obviously not flying, because you can't do that without an aircraft. I've got dirt in my stamp. There we go. That's what I'd like me to even notice that before I stamp it. Usually I stamp it and then go, oh, what did I do there? And I think the little typewritery type font just works lovely. Now, in all honesty, I think you'll agree, you could almost just leave that. Done. There is a little border on this one as well. I'm sure. Hi, Kim. Oh, we've got a bit of a full house tonight. Hello, everybody. I was going to say, full house, and far and away not my best prepared live ever. So I'm going to do the border as well, because I might as well, so I can show you the whole kit and caboodle. Now, what I like about this border is it's got like lilies in it, and then little, like stargazer lilies, and then little skulls. So pretty. I honestly don't know what to colour this with at the minute. While I'm thinking, I'll give it a quick blast with my heat tool just to dry me VersaFine. Oh, and for those that are following the saga, my VersaClair has still not turned up. But on a happier note, my UK stockist has reopened, so I'm going to have some anyway coming into the shop. So, you know, life is good. Life is good. Alrighty. So I'm going to get pencils, pens, paints. or ink. Pencils, pens, paint, or ink. Pencils, pens, pens. Do you know what? I've got me. Saying that, you always see me use distress ink. Shall I grab something else? What are these up here? Colour blend pencils. Oh, let's give them a whack. I don't think I have opened this tin of pencils since the last time I did a live and said, oh, let's use some things we've never used before, and I got these coloured pencils. I think that was the last time. So there you go. Alrighty. So I'm going to go in and add... Do you know what I think the thing for me now with pencils, after using my Inktense and painting with oxides, if I'm looking to do something quite quickly, this just seems very labour intensive. I mean, how lazy can you get? I mean, it's colouring pencils, you know. Oh, Caroline, unprepared means this is real life. I can guarantee you, my treasure, this is indeed as real as it gets. For example, if this wasn't real, I wouldn't tell you that I'm not currently wearing my Be Crafty apron because it's been very warm today, so I wore shorts. I'll save you the visual. But my legs stick to my chair, so my apron is covering my chair, so that when I stand up, it's not like velcroing my skin off gaffer tape, which is what happened last week. And did David have any sympathy for me? No, he did not, I have to say. So, just adding in some pencil. Absolutely lovely. Oh, Janice was doing some very nice watercolour painting today in her garden. So you can see, just adding in a bit of colour. I mean, this could be for Sam, this could. Sam's all about the black and pink. See, and this is why I dry, and it still doesn't, and I still sometimes get it. There's ink on my finger. That's alright. We'll cover it up with something else later. Okie dokie. I think it's on the side. Yeah, and then I'll go down. In fact, I'm going to use some yellow onto... I wasn't painting the fence, Steve-o. I had a task force in place for that. Okay, so we're just going to go and put in some extra bits of yellow. Do you know what? I'm not sure about that, so I'm going to go over with some pink. So you can see, you know, with these roses, you could really go to town and get another pink and layer up your colours. Okay, you could, you know, you can give it as little or as much as you like, because even with just those few highlights, really, really pretty. It's just a case of working around what you have. So, oh, whilst I remember, anybody in the Be Crafty Stamps group, and if you're not in the group, get on in. You know, we've only got a few days left of this month's challenge, which is all the colours of the rainbow. So it's just throw a load of colour on. And you go into the draw for a £20 Be Crafty Stamps voucher. So it's worth a punt, you know. So you can really sort of go in with your pencils and blend these together. Now where I want them to blend together, because these are colour blend pencils, I would just go back over with my paler pink to blend that in. Like I say, these aren't something I use a lot. I find my watercolour pencils amazing, and my Patience not so much. But you can see, but you could decoupage that up too. Sorry, that was a bit quick. You know, you could decoupage that up too and have a real pretty fun time doing that. And that's the thing, I would sooner spend the time, for me generally, decoupaging up, adding in layers and whatever. That's not to say I don't like colouring. I love colouring, and in fairness, I was the original Be Crafty colourer of all of our samples and stuff. I would sit and colour with pro markers for hours, but I would never turn them into something, so I would take them to mum to be turned into cards, because I wouldn't do it. I just wanted to colour in. Just shows you how your crafting changes, doesn't it? So I'm just going to go around the edge of these. I'm not sure I want to blend these. I want to keep it paler in the middle, and then the darker pink on the outside. So I might go around that. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so we can really do you know what? This one doesn't have a name. I think this one needs a name. So we'll go with that one. So we've got the skull. I will do, for those that really, really wanted, I promise I will do some Christmassy ones as well. Not today. But I will do some Christmassy. Christmassy? It's not going well. Right, so I'm going to grab my hickory smoke. I'm just going to put a little bit on there and spritz with some water. And then I'm going to get my really fine paintbrush. My favourite paintbrush that doesn't live. So I've got a tub with all my paint. It's actually a Lego cup, look. With my paintbrushes in it. However, this paintbrush does not live in there, because it's my favouriteest paintbrush. So when anyone says, oh, can I borrow a paintbrush? Yep, you can go into my craft room and get one, but this one is hidden, so they can't use it. So I'm just going to go around with my hickory smoke, just to create a little shadow. Now, like I said, you can water that right out. It doesn't have to be a really defined line. You can really water that out quite a lot. Okay. I'm going to go around here as well. Just almost to give the skull just a little bit of shape. I'm going to go in here. Add a bit more water in there. Fade that line out slightly. And then we're going to dry it. Okay. We're going to go on here. And you can see the difference between before the hickory smoke and after it's added. The dimension to the skull is so different. It's a greatly, greatly improved image at that point. Okay. Hi Gail, have you got hickory smoke in stock? I'm sure we have it in both Distress Ink and Oxides. I'm sure Sammy will get you a link right now. Okay, so that is what you guys are referring to as Florence. Now, I'm really not happy with the lilies down the bottom. So in all honesty, I'm going to quickly add in just a touch of purple. Really lightly. And that's the thing, if you're not happy with it, then really do change it. Work until you're happy. It's kind of like, I was talking to somebody online today about journaling backgrounds, like the ones I've done in my big journal, and they were saying, oh, I just get to the point where I'm not happy with it and I just walk away. And it's like, oh, no. I said, if I'm not happy with it, I just keep adding stuff until I like it. Just keep going, because if you don't like it, effectively you've got nothing to lose. Okay, so I am going to put something on to cover this up. Okay, but I think that is really pretty, and like I say, you can see the hickory smoke just adds in that dimension to the skull to give it that little bit. And I think this would work lovely on journals and scrapbook pages as well. So that is a definite keeper. Okay, so if you would like any of the samples tonight, please put me on, and we will pick some winners for the samples. Right, on to the next, which is the trio. Okay, very much like, I'm just going to quickly show you the one we've just done, and this one with the birds. They're basically, they've all got a main feature stamp, or this one's got the 3, a sentiment, and the border. So they mix and match really well as well. You know, so if you've got one and you get another one, it sort of expands what you can do with one of your other ones, which is quite cool. Okay, so cardstock. Let's get another little piece of cardstock. Okie dokie. So, onto here. And patience, what you have when there are too many witnesses. It's just, you know, they say it's funny because it's true. Yeah, it is a bit. Okay, but I'm going to put the sentiment on first because I want to, I'm going to do this one a bit more landscape, and I want to do my 3 skulls going like across the card. Okay, so I'm going to put this in almost as my measuring stick, for want of a better description. So I'm going to line the bottom of my slim up with the bottom of my card, and then just eyeball the middle, and then hopefully, at least, even if it's not right in the middle, it will be in a straight line. Okay, so take that off, heat set that so I don't stick my arm in it and get another black smudge. Sammy, is that you on the Be Crafty? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. In case you missed it, Sammy did a live today in the Crafting Together All Brands group. She made a really pretty tag. I actually made the joke. Well, I say it was a joke. Sort of a joke. It was sort of true and all. She made possibly the prettiest tag she has made ever, in actual fact. It was so beautiful. So I will get her to put a picture of that on, and you can find it in the Crafting Together All Brands group, but I will also get Sammy to download and send me the video, and we'll put it on the YouTube page as well. But I'm pretty confident she's going to tell me she needs instructions on how to do that. Right, so here, so we've got the chap with the crown, and I do say he's a chap with a crown because it's a very kingly crown. And then we've got the lovely lady with the rose. And then this chap just standing strong by himself. Okay. But, no, I'm not going to do that because I'll never be able to line them up properly. So what I'm going to do... No, that's not going to work. I'm going to go with the plain fella first. Now, I know some of you were saying when we were deciding between Christmas and skulls tonight, we'll do Christmassy skulls. This chap here would be excellent to turn into a Christmassy skull, because you could easily freehand a Santa hat and stick it on him if you were that way inclined, because you know he's got nothing else on his noggin. Okay, so then I'm just going to ink up this luscious one with the rose. They're so much fun, and I think this is it. This is a stamp set that a lot of people, I have to be honest, get for themselves. It's just because it's for fun. Because this is something I'm sure I've said to you, Ian, it takes you a lot. It takes, you know, it takes a lot sometimes. When we're at shows obviously not at the minute, and things like that. You know, I have people come onto the stand and they go, oh, I love that, but the people I make cards for wouldn't like it. Whoa, 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 just hang on a second, whoa. You craft for yourself. I mean, if people want to buy them, that's great, but don't let the people you make things for free dictate your hobby, because that's not fun. Now, I haven't pressed this down quite enough here, and there is no way on earth the fourth stamp I will get straight down. I know my capabilities, and that's not one. So I'm just gonna go in with a fine liner. There you go. No one will ever know. Well, unless, well, you guys will, but you're not going to tell anyone, are you? Okay, so again, I'm just going to quickly heat set that. Okay. So, we're going to go on here. That's it, this one, it's just fun. So, when you are crafting, do I once again need to revisit my there doesn't need to be a fish? I think I do. I feel like it needs to be done. So whilst I do my hickory smoke on these skulls, it's the best thing. I'm going to go through my there doesn't need to be a fish theory. Okay, my husband used to be, before the kids were born, used to go fishing, okay, every Sunday. He would sit on the riverbank with, to be honest, I'm not even wanting to think about how expensive the fishing poles were, right? For hours, drowning maggots. And he never came home with a fish. Because the fishing was the hobby, not getting the fish. Okay? So when you are crafting at home or in your dining room, craft space, whatever, and you're getting stressed out because you haven't completed anything that day or whatever, as long as you have had a whale of a time crafting, then it has been a successful day. There doesn't need to be a fish. Crafting is the hobby. Cards, scrapbook pages, etc. are the byproduct. Crafting is the hobby. So what's always important is that to have fun with it, you know. And if there is any way we can help with that, you know, help you enjoy it, you know, say you've lost a bit of mojo. I know we've been talking about this a lot recently, but please, you know, if we can help, let us. You know, I'm not saying we'll be great at it, like, but we'd like to if we can. So I'm just going to go on with my hickory smoke, and there we go. And then we've got a bit of dimension to the faces. Captain Squeak! And that is lovely. Okay? And like, I think it was Tracy's just said, oh, proper squeaky tonight, isn't he? Like Tracy said, you know, you could, a dog collar on and you've got a wedding, you know, or just those two, you've got fantastically funky wedding invites. Or, you know, if you're going to someone's wedding and you think they'll appreciate that as a card, you know. And patience, I've got to be honest, that is a good rule of thumb for marriage. Patience, biting your tongue, all that sort of thing. Can I use that quote? There doesn't have to be a fish. Absolutely. It is something I desperately believe in. There just doesn't have to be a fish. What we're doing here tonight, just playing. Like I said, just play. I was just going to get the stamps out, have a play, stamp them up so you can see them stamped up. That's what's important. You know, that is what is important. If there's something at the end, wicked. If there isn't, well, as long as you've had fun, it doesn't matter. Now, what I am going to do, is I'm just going to change tack. So I'm going to use the border off the skull and birds and feathers, because I think that, I'm just going to check it's going to fit. It's actually not going to. No, that's fine. I do think that was going to work quite well with that. Right, so I'm going to go in again now. I'm going to use this Adirondack Watermelon. It is a pigment ink again. so I can spritz it and get. Go in. Oh no, it's going to need to be much, much redder than that. Oh no. I have to get me intense in a minute. Oh no, that'll do. Okay, so we're going to go in with this red rose and put on there. Okay. So what has everybody been doing today? Apart from hiding from the mugginess. So muggy. Okay. I think that just looks so lush. And I've got to be honest, I find, you know how difficult I find clean and simple? And whatever. And white space, should I say. But I think with the skulls, white space is so easy. It looks right, you know, it looks complete because you don't, I feel like I don't want to take anything away from how cool these images are. Where's my mustard seed? There it is. Okay, because I'm going to put on mustard seed on his crown. Okay, so mustard seed. Oh, I did promise I'd tell someone, I can't remember who it was, about the misters and sprayers when they were back in. Sam's put them back on today as well. I can't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. That's another phrase I like. The biggest lie I tell myself is I don't need to write that down. I'll remember it. Because that's true. I never used to be forgetful. It was the second child that did it. You know, after the first one, my memory came back a bit. Whatever. Nah, second one's shot. No memory whatsoever. Okay, and then we've got our crown on there. And you see how quickly they are. Okay. You voted for Christmas, Diane. Don't worry, Christmas ones will come on, I promise. But yes, the skulls are absolutely great. They very much are. Okay. So, I like Candied Apple on the coral oxides. But which one is the most reddish? Oh, Candied Apple, far and away. Far and away. I don't have a Candied Apple in oxides. I've got one in regular distress. But absolutely, the coral is, it's definitely got that sort of orange undertone to it. It's more of a corally colour, I suppose. Okay, so one more. We're going to stamp one more up. This is the thing, I could get quite, woohoo, we've done 3 projects tonight, but I'm fully aware they are very simple ones. But like I was saying, I just don't, this is where having white space feels comfortable to me. It does, with the skulls, it does. I feel like they don't need a lot of frou-frouing. Oh, this one's had a wash recently. Well, apart from that bit of paint. So, put that on there, and then some VersaFine. Okay, so is there anything you guys have been looking out for that you need that we can help you with? As always, please let us know. Template wise, MDF wise, stamp wise, you know. Oh, look. Oh, just... Yes. I think so, ladies and gents. I do think so. They're absolutely... That's just ace. And I'm actually going to spend some time colouring that one, I think. I'm going to use my watercolour pencils. So this one has got a sentiment that says, I never dreamt of success, I worked for it. It's amazing how often you can work for it and it still doesn't happen, isn't it? But what I'm going to go for instead is on the skull background, and I'm going to take this off so I can show you the acetate because the stamp's really, really dirty. So that's the skull background set. Really awesome. But on the bottom of this one, I think we do have a few of these where you can just get the background if you don't want the sentiment. But in the set, it says, I became insane with long intervals of horrible sanity. Sounds treacherous. Okay. So we're going to ink that one up as well. So I was just having a quick look over to comments. Here we go. Hi Sarah, we do have some journals, some different ones on the website. Right, I'm going to put that up there because I'm going to cut the bottom off this card and make it shorter. But all I will say is we've actually got some new ones in that are going to go on the website. So feel free to have a look. There is a few on there. I know if we've had some sales on journals today though, so I'm not sure what's left. But we have got some new ones, which will also be going on the website this week. Some of the Dino Weekly ones. Okay, so they'll be going on this week. Because, you know, Sam's got now else to do. I'm just going to give that another thing. It just still looks a bit... And I want to be sure. To be sure. Okay, so... Okay. Now, what I love about this one... No, Heidi, we did do it, the background totally by itself. But then when we relaunched it, we did put a sentiment on the bottom. Okay, but you can see, with that skull there, all those feathers, the birds, the roses, the foliage. There's so much to look at. So much. Okay. So, I'm going to go over here and we're going to use my watercolour pencils. Now these... I did... Oh, my charcoal pencil! I told Sam I'd lost that and I couldn't find it anywhere. My charcoal pen... Oh, that's made my evening, I tell you. My Sorry, got distracted there just a little bit. My charcoal pencil! Okay, so I'm just going to go in and I'm going to go in with this grey. Now, yes, sorry. Like I said, I got distracted there a little bit. These are the Caran d'Ache Classic Colour pencils. And I've got to be honest, these were found not in the recent Craft Room Tidy Up, the one before that, last year. And I absolutely love them. I think watercolour pencils, and it's one of the reasons I'm going to be going for... I've got the Inktense blocks, which you know how much I love, and whatever, but I will also be going for the pencils because using these is just fun and easy and I absolutely love it. And it's so easy to shade. So for example, on this rose, right, I'm going to put red just around here and just squiggle it a bit in the centre and whatever. And then, did I show you this? Look at that. My Mr. bottle. Dave was cleaning them out for me. He used boiling water. Right, so we're just gonna pull. So let's just activate that colour. And then just pull a little bit. Out. Look! Shaded. So easy. You know, like your pencil here. Just get it wet, activate it, Move it out. Shaded. And this is the thing, I think the problem for me is I've now seen so many awesome ways of adding colour so quickly. Basically, I'm spoiled. But you know, Inktense block, powerful colour really quickly. You colour watercolour pencils, powerful colour really quickly. I just don't have the patience now to wait for, you know, really heavy colours. Right, so I'm going to put a bit of green down the outside of there, and then also this into blue. Okay, bear with me, honestly. Okay. In all honesty, Tracy, I don't know how these pencils compare with Inktense because I don't own both right now. But knowing the intensity of Inktense with the blocks, because obviously I have the blocks and I use them a lot and I love them, and whatever, I am still going for the Inktense pencils even though I have these. That's the best way I can think to answer the question. You know, these are ace, but what they made me want to do is get a bigger range in something that I know really well, which is the Inktense. Okay. So we need to do some more. So you can see, by putting that blue, I've gone over a bit there. That's alright, I'll have a white pen to fix that. Boom, never happened. Right. So the blue on the outside, it just gives that shading. Okay. So yeah, Sam's talking about what she's got in terms of the pencils and whatever. But what I would like Sam to do, and this isn't a sale thing because we don't have any pens really at the minute. Sam has a massive array of pens. Sam has never met a pen she doesn't actually like. She loves pens. Stationery is her bag, right? So what we'll do is we'll get Sam to do a Q&A on all the different pens she has. She has so many pens and she can try them on different things for you and you can see how they work on different surfaces. You know, but Sam is a bit of a pen maestro. She is, and she can do all sorts of, with brush pens, she can do all sorts of fantastic techniques, you know. So I think we need a bit of a Sam Green pen Q&A going on, because she genuinely does know so much more than me about pens, because she's a patient human. Well, sort of. Okay. What I don't know is, I don't know what colour to do my feathers. Look at that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and I just can't wait to be able to do that with Inktense pencils. But this is the whole point. We'd like to show you, you know, if you've got watercolour pencils, give them a go. Give them a go. They could be exactly the right thing. Exactly the thing you're after. So, I'm going to put brown on that feather there. And that birdie, I'm going to go with that. Okay, and again, we'll just watch that colour just go fluid and then shade blends into itself. But like I say, you could do this, you could do a similar thing with painting with your distress ink, you know, if you haven't got pencils, or using your alcohol markers, you know. This is a stamp, I'm going to be very honest with you, I don't think I've ever coloured in its entirety before. Because, like I say, I do really appreciate the white space when it comes to the skull stamps. That was a leaf that I just coloured in brown. Thought it was another feather. There we go. Fixed. This is so much fun. Okay, so I have got this evening, boys and girls, ladies and gents, I have got 3 cards. So that's a me if you want one. Sam will do the draw, and she will let you know who's won. Okay. I'm going to keep on going and just finish this one off. I might add in a bit more after. Here we go. But we'll just get those 3. So, Steve-O, me again. So, it was an autumn leaf. Exactly, my love. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. Go on, me, and we will try, and we'll get those sorted and picked. Yeah, I wonder which pen it is I'm missing. Pencil. It's a green. It's the dark green. Okay. So the 3 we have made this evening. And in fairness, this was just to show you something, you know, it's almost a revisit of these fantastic stamps that we don't get out enough. And I think we've all got stamps like that, haven't we? That we don't, you know, we love them and we have them, but we don't get them out enough. Hi, Kay. So revisit some of your stamps, you know. Especially Be Crafty ones, of course. But revisit your stamps. Share any of your Be Crafty makes. Anything. Don't worry about it. If you're worrying, oh well, I've made this and it's just I'm not sure. We want to see it. We really do. I cannot stress that enough. But that being said, if you are struggling, if you've done a bit and you're like, I don't know what to put on next, stick a photo on and say, I don't know what to put on next. In the group, and we will help. If we're not there, there's some fantastic ladies and gents in there. The DT's in there, you know. And it also, I will say, it's a closed group, so if it is a card for someone, you don't have to worry about them seeing it. If you want help putting it together, please show us what you make. Also in the group, you'll find the Be Crafty monthly challenge. Now, my challenge is coming to an end. It's all the colours of the rainbow, so we really want to see nice, bright, colourful makes using all the different colours you can think of. And you go into a draw for a £20 Be Crafty stamps voucher, so you know it's worth a punt. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, and make sure you're following the Be Crafty channel, Be Crafty page on Facebook. Now, the way to make sure that you don't miss Be Crafty in your feed, for example, when we get a speckled egg in, etc., is if you see something, if you see one of our posts, hit like or love or one of the emoticons, or even better, comment on it, because then Facebook will be like, oh, they like them. We'll make sure we see them. And their algorithm thingies work that way. Okay, so Sam's put links on for all these. If you do need any help with anything that we can assist you with, please let us know. The email address is shop@becrafty.net, or you can message us through the Facebook page, of course. Right, I think I've just knocked my light down and it just bounced off you. Sorry about that. What's happened there? Not a clue. Janet, I need to visit, never mind revisit. Yeah, mate. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me this evening, my lovelies. Very warm. I'm going to go and get myself a little refreshment. And again, if you need anything, please let us know. So I'm going to lift you down. Just have a little look along these, and I will finish it. That is so much brighter than it's coming up on there. Well, that's not too bad. That shows you a bit better. Okay. Alright then, guys. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you.